What if you were told to prepare for something no one else believed was coming? What if you spent years building something while everyone around you laughed? And what if they were all wrong, and you were the only one who listened? Long ago, in a world filled with people, something was very wrong. The earth had become filled with violence, and everywhere you looked, there was corruption and darkness. People no longer cared about what was right. They followed their own ways and did whatever they pleased. The world had become broken. But in the middle of that broken world, there was one man. His name was Noah. Noah was not perfect, but he was different. He chose to do what was right, even when no one else did. While others turned away from God, Noah walked with him. And because of that, God chose Noah. One day, God spoke to him. He told Noah that the earth was filled with violence and that he was going to bring an end to it. But Noah and his family would be saved. God gave him a command. He told Noah to build an ark, a great ship larger than anything the world had ever seen. It would carry his family and animals from every kind on earth. God said he would send rain and flood the earth. Rain was something no one had ever seen before. There had been no storms like this, no sign that anything like this could happen, and yet Noah believed. He did not argue. He did not delay. He did not ask for proof. He obeyed. So Noah began to build. Day after day, under the hot sun, Noah worked. He gathered wood. He shaped it. He built the ark piece by piece. The structure began to rise, growing larger with every passing day. Years passed, and the ark continued to grow. People came to watch. They laughed at him. They mocked him. They questioned him. They asked why he was building such a massive ship in a place with no water. They could not understand what he was doing. But Noah kept working, even when it did not make sense, even when no one supported him, even when he stood alone. He continued. He trusted what God had said. Then something began to change. Animals started to come from every direction, across the land, through valleys and hills. They came to buy too. They moved toward the ark. Lions, elephants, birds of the sky, creatures great and small, all making their way to the same place. It was something no one could explain, but still, the people did not believe. Then the day came. Noah and his family entered the ark. One last time, the door stood open. The animals were inside. Everything was ready, but no one else entered. Then the door was shut. At first, nothing happened. The sky was still clear. The ground was still dry. Everything seemed the same. Then a drop fell. Then another. Then another. And suddenly, the rain began. It fell from the sky, growing stronger and stronger. The winds began to rise. The sky grew dark. Thunder rolled across the heavens. Fear spread everywhere. People began to run. They shouted. They searched for shelter. They tried to escape, but it was too late. The waters began to rise. They spread across the land, covering the fields, the hills, and the cities. What had once been dry ground disappeared beneath the flood. The water rose higher and higher until everything was covered. But inside the ark, there was peace. While the storm raged outside, Noah and his family were safe. Days passed and nights passed. The rain continued and the waters covered the earth. The ark floated above it all, carried by the flood. Then, at last, the rain stopped. The storm faded. The winds grew quiet. The waters became still. The ark drifted on a vast, endless sea. Time passed. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. The water remained, stretching as far as the eye could see. Noah waited. Then one day, he sent out a dove to see if the earth had dried. The dove flew out across the waters, searching for a place to land. But it returned. There was still no dry ground. So Noah waited again. They lived in the ark waiting for the water to dry. They waited and waited and waited. After some time, he sent the dove out once more. Again, it flew across the waters, searching. This time, it returned with something in its beak, a leaf, a sign that the waters had gone down and that life had begun again. Noah knew that the earth was changing. Still, he waited a little longer. Then the day came when the land was ready. The waters had receded. The ground was dry again. God told Noah it was time. The door of the ark was opened. Noah and his family stepped out onto the earth. The animals followed. Spreading out across the land, the air was fresh. The ground was firm. The world had been made new. Life began again. Then God placed a rainbow in the sky. It stretched across the heavens, bright and beautiful. It was a promise that never again would the earth be destroyed by flood. And the rainbow became a sign of that promise, a reminder for all generations. From that day forward, the world continued, carrying the story of what had happened and the lesson it left behind.
For more interesting Bible stories, like, comment, subscribe, and share.